A first ever stunning admission from a woman who accused Duke University lacrosse players of raping her nearly 20 years ago. The story was a national firestorm. She now says she lied about the encounter. Crystal Mangum first made the claims back in 2006, saying 3 members of the school's lacrosse team raped her after she had been hired to dance at a house party the team was throwing. Police charged David Evans, Colin Finnerty, and Reed Seligman after Mangum's accusations. But after much back and forth and the city's DA stepping down from the case, North Carolina's Attorney General later dismissed the charges, citing a lack of evidence. But now, going on the record on a podcast nearly 20 years later, Crystal Mangum says she was lying the whole time.
I testified falsely against them by saying that they raped me when they didn't, and that was wrong. And I betrayed the trust of a lot of other people who believed in me. And made up a story that wasn't true because I wanted validation from people and not from God. And that was wrong when God already loved me for who I was, regardless. I didn't need to seek validation from him because I already had validation from him. I just didn't know it. And I hurt my brothers. And I hope that they can forgive me. And I want them to know that I love them. And they didn't deserve that. And I hope they can forgive me. And that I hope that they can heal and trust God and know that God loves them and that God is loving them through me, letting them know that they're valuable and that they didn't deserve that.
Joining me now is CNN.
Guess I'll let you cook on that real quick.
Well, I guess sucks to be them at that point, at that end of the stick. They got accused around 2006, got jail time. I don't know. I wouldn't know how to react. Finding out what 20 plus years, almost 20 years later.
I wonder if
It's like all the potential I had back then is basically gone. Like what I'm gonna do when I'm like around my late 40s, early 50s. What I'm gonna do with my life?
well,
Like
I'm sure they got jobs. They did something else because they didn't have to do jail time for it. They did get kicked out of the school though, and this case was talked about. As you know, I've always referenced him, but I watch CGA, and he talked about this case a while back. So it's kind of surprising that now it's coming out that she's apologizing for that. But I'm gonna play this clip, and then I'm gonna make my points about why I'm talking about these topics today. I know this is a bit heavy. These clips in this particular video are a bit heavy. First point that I want to make. There's like 3 points I want to make, but this is the first one, right? First one, I want to say blessings to the victim and the perpetrators in these cases, because being falsely accused and losing your livelihood obviously is detrimental on all levels, right? Just I hope that they found peace in their situations, because you can't cry over spilled milk. It's already on the ground. You just gotta clean it up, right? But the second point I wanted to make is that, like Crystal, the lady in the first clip, she asked for forgiveness for those guys, those those Caucasian guys, right? So I wanted to say that the reason why I played both clips is to show that regardless of what color you were or what race you come from, every every dude is liable to this. Like, every dude can get caught up in this. So I don't like how they try to paint certain dudes as like one is more superior to the other, or one can, all of us can run into the same issue regardless, you know? And I do genuinely hope that them dudes have the same energy that this dude had in the second clip, because I want, if you guys go in the comments, I'm not gonna go through the comments, you know, and explain it because obviously I saw it. But if you go through the comments, right, they're saying a bunch of hateful stuff, and I wanted to say this, like, so when he had to bend over backwards and say he forgave her, y'all should do the same. You know, I don't want to make it a race thing, but if he could show forgiveness to her, y'all should be able to do the same. Now, granted, those guys have not talked yet, so I don't know. So it's just guys going off in the comments or whatever. But not saying that, you know, their feelings are not valid. I get it, because it probably will. It would definitely be hard for me to forgive too. The guy in the second clip did 14 years, right? These guys got tried, but all they did was get kicked out of school and lost their scholarships, and you know, their lacrosse dream or whatever
They
they had
didn't. They
is
didn't have
over.
no jail time, did
They
they?
didn't have no jail time. No, the charges were
Okay.
because they had no evidence, right? So it just goes to show that, like, under many circumstances, right, that how one case was treated differently from the other. And I want to talk about the Central Park Five, but I was like, I didn't want to make the video too long. For the people that know what I'm talking about. These dudes did jail time. Now, these dudes didn't do jail time. So if anything, these dudes should forgive the Crystal chick a lot easier than these other guys. Because these guys literally had to spend time in the pen for something that they didn't do and lost a lot of years on their life. These guys, on the other hand, they may have lost their scholarship or whatever it was. They didn't have to do jail time, though. I'm not comparing like the two evils, you know? It's just saying that whenever these cases go down, it seems like one side always wants to step on the other side or whatever the case is. But in this case, it should be equal, right? And then the third point I wanted to make about that is this is why the laws are so important. Because in my opinion, this stuff could all be avoided if they, well, I would say not avoided, but I would say retribution to the victims, like these guys in these cases. Like, if you falsely accuse somebody, you do need to go to prison. They need to set like a law in place where it's kind of like, depending on the severity, on how long this person had to spend, you got to either spend equally the same amount of time or your reputation got to be ruined too. Because trust me, any dude that finds out that you did this to somebody, bro, I wouldn't even be around you. I wouldn't even want to deal with you, because it's just like, how do I not know you'll do that to the next person and the next person and the next person? You know? So it makes you untrustworthy to a lot of people. So before you make a claim like that, make sure you mean what you say. Because if it comes out that it's not the case, yeah, it's going to make you look bad. And hence why a lot of their cases don't get taken seriously, because a lot of them be lying. So to finalize on that point is this: they need to somehow reprimand the victims, because I don't think it's fair to just say I'm sorry. That's selfish. Like, imagine your child or your father gone because someone couldn't get out their feelings, or they were too emotional about something, and now because of their emotions somebody else had to pay the price. Nah. They need to find something, do something that can make these that truly shows apology. I feel like her doing years in prison would be great. The one in the second clip. The first one, apparently, allegedly, she's already doing a life term because she deleted her
Boyfriend?
ex now, but deleted her boyfriend, and now she's doing life. And I'm guessing she decided to want to talk and tell the truth about this case, because this case is separate from that. And hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, the situation speaks for itself when it comes to that. But the biggest point I want people to take out of this video is the fact that they need to make laws to where it's like, even if even if with what little evidence they had, if they accuse somebody, make sure when it comes out that it wasn't true, that the person who involved, who created this whole circumstance, gets equally the same amount of punishment. I feel like that's only fair. Otherwise, dudes just not gonna want to deal with it. Otherwise, it's just gonna create a situation where dudes just don't even want to get involved with the opposite gender if there's not a camera involved, because you just don't know what could go down. But that's all I had to say on that.
I think you pretty much covered. I mean, the basis of these two clips. I just think that like the more like when people come out and making false accusations, you just bring it to the point where people are going to be in a situation where people, especially when women, when they say about their issues or trying to get their so-called accusers, it makes people not wanting to believe them, and that's what hence the whole rhetoric, believe all women. It's to the point where it's like, why you have to come with something like that, because y'all not being believed for what y'all been doing. And it just goes, into more and more society that people, when women, when they say something out in the public, and it's like, of course you're still gonna have those, believe all women, whatever, whatever she has to say. Just that it's always right now. It's gonna be like where, like, whenever a woman comes out to the public and says something about some man, it's like, oh, okay, well, we just wait until with evidence comes out and blase, because now it's not gonna be up front and center. Yeah, we gotta believe her and put that man on the stake and burn him, burn him alive. It's like, it's gonna be okay. Let's just chill and let the situation play out. And also the whole forgiveness thing. Now the brother in the second clip, people want to say, well, how can you forgive her? And it's always gotta be the brothers, always gotta been doing that. And this based off the clip from what I've seen, the guy served time. He served time, right?
14
He
years.
served time, and like, you don't know what went down in the prison, like when he had to go through, how he was able to be there that long, and he thought about his future has been ruined, and it's a multitude of things. So when he comes out here, I just feel like he was just mentally and emotionally, just, I think, just defeated. He was like, yeah, I'm gonna just get my story out there. But you can almost tell from his eyes, like he wanted, like, to ball out crying on TV, but he just held his composure. And I just felt like at that moment, he just felt like, yeah, let me just get through this and just let it be like all behind me, type of thing. One could say, yeah, I wholeheartedly agree that, how could he say he forgive her and stuff like that. But on the other hand, when I'm looking out of my own bias or whatever, it's probably like where, yeah, I'm just, mentally, emotionally drained, and I just want to get this thing out of my way and out of my life and just move on, and whatever
Mhm.
is whatever, what comes with it. So I don't know. This is, to me, this is emotionally heavy to me. Like, I don't know how I would react, So
Sh-
I don't. That's that. If I spaz out, probably like want to cry and everything. It's a lot of raging and up and down, up and down emotions to it. So you know,
But tears aside, equal punishment. I'm sure that they paid him out. The state definitely had to pay him out. But tears aside, we need tangible acts of forgiveness, not just I'm sorry. I'm sorry does not fix what happened. You need to show more than I'm sorry. That's my way of seeing it. I don't care if people don't agree with it. That's just me. You
he
took
get he
away my
get.
life. You took away my livelihood because you felt some type of way. Come and find out it's not true, bruh. You deserve whatever happens to you.
Hey,
And it
well,
may not be good or bad, but whatever it is, like I said, tangible. Not I'm sorry, not these little big words. I don't care. Because the Emmett Till chick didn't even admit it until on her deathbed that it was a lie. This is crazy, bro. Like this, it's more than I'm sorry, bro. That
Or
don't
maybe,
fix
or
this.
maybe, or maybe you have to garnish your paycheck to them for the rest of your life. I mean,
Facts. They need some type of equal
it's like
punishment.
it's like alimony for the victim. Like
Facts,
you
bro.
gotta pay a percentage of your paycheck.
I'm like,
If they're
bro.
so scared of putting females in jail, or whatever, and well, okay, they're gonna have to pay by the check.
Facts.
They gotta pay. And if you can't pay, your parents are gonna
Your
pay.
parents are paying,
Your
or your
parents are
husband.
gonna pay.
Somebody pays, bro, because you took away this person's livelihood for your selfish, whatever emotion you were feeling at the time, and I don't feel like that's right. But yeah,
When something's coming out their pockets, when people come up, when
When-
something's coming out your pockets, people think twice.
yeah, they think 100
Yeah,
times.
imagine you pay somebody
for the rest of your life.
But this is what it's right here is kind of justified because of what you did. So
Yeah,
that's all I gotta say about that.
yeah, we can get out of here, man.
So if you guys have anything you want to say about those two clips or our opinions about it, please leave in the comment section down below. So if you guys want to help us get to 2K subscribers, that's actually one of our goals we want to get before the year is over. And also, if you want to support us, you can buy our merch. We have a link in the description down below. So once again, we appreciate you guys for watching this video. Like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification bell if you haven't already. If you guys have any recommendations or feedback, you hit us up in our social media or email down below. And we see you guys in the next video.
Peace.